Hello, Lucian James. Allow me to share to you my PowerPoint presentation for our discussion for this week. Ayan. So, a blessed day, Lucian James. That because of this pandemic that we are experiencing today, we cannot deny that the reality, or we cannot deny the reality or the fact that the main stressor that every individual is facing right now is the pandemic. And being stressed could really affect our overall aspect as human beings, particularly the health of an individual. That is why it is important to know what stress is and the different strategies on how to avoid stress. And so, again, how was your fifth week of learning personal development and the concepts related to the stages of human development? I know that you are already bombarded with so much ideas, with so much thoughts and concepts relating to our subject, but I know for a fact, and I am sure, that they are for your development as individuals who are in a journey toward self-fulfillment. So for this week, we are going to focus our discussion on coping with stress in middle and late adolescence and the concept of stress and coping strategies. So be ready now as we go on with our discussion. Now, they say that adolescence is a rapid period. It is a period that extends greater than a considerable fraction of a person's life. And that this adolescent stage can be very confusing and hard time, even for the well-adjusted adolescent like you. But okay, each adolescent experiences what we call individual changes and growth at differing rates in a varying level. Okay? With some of you affecting through the adolescent phase more rapidly and more easily than others. Okay? And some adolescents also have caring families as they go on battling and confronting this very challenging stage of their lives. But other adolescents face this discouraging period of their lives alone. And some adolescents may stay at home with their families, but their families are also emotionally distant. So the adolescent will still feel as if he or she is alone, even inside their houses or even inside their homes. And so, having said that, with these different environments and setups of adolescents in their homes, this really contribute a lot on how adolescents handle stress in different ways. Right? And like for example, in your own situation, how do you handle stress? Especially that the setup that we are having now in relation to our academic endeavor, in relation to our academic concerns, you are at home all the time. And we cannot really set aside that there are situations that are happening inside your homes or houses that leads you to become stressful. So how do you manage or cope up with this kind of stress in your homes? Okay, so let us proceed so that we will know about the concept of stress and those strategies that we can use in order to overcome stress. Now, what is stress, by the way? And are you stressed right now? Stressed ba kayo ngayon at this very moment? And what makes you feel that way? That you think you are stressed? And how do you deal with these stressors? Okay, the things or the people around you who give you stress or that let you feel that you are stressed. First, let us define what is stress. Stress, excuse me, is defined as a reaction of the mind and body to a stimulus that disturbs the well-being, the state of calm, or equilibrium of a person. So meaning to say, you will feel stressed because there is this factor that you feel you are being affected of your well-being. You are disturbed of your state of calmness. Okay? And this factor or thing is called stimulus. Right? Yan. Because stress is the means that our body reacts to challenges and makes us all set to face them with our very strength, our attention, and also our energy. And actually, there is a common belief that stress is unhealthy, that having stress in our lives is considered to be unhealthy. But experts in the field of psychology, okay, and other related health concerns, they said that this is not really entirely unhealthy. That facing stress in our lives is not entirely unhealthy because a small and sporadic amounts of stress can be very helpful and beneficial to individuals. But they also said that excessive amounts of stress that we sustain over a long period of time can be destructive not only to our physical aspect but also to our mental health. Right? So when you sense that you can deal with the challenges coming your way, stress gives you the necessary energy and enthusiasm to get things done. However, again, as I said, stress can be challenging if the problems are too difficult to solve, especially being an adolescent. Because there are different sources of stress that you will be experiencing in this moment of time that you are in your adolescent stage, right? And that stress can be really can be challenging if the problems are really too difficult to solve and too difficult to overcome, especially to young students like you, right? Now, when stress overloads your life, you will experience both physical and emotional disturbances. And the neurotransmitters in your brain will start to stop working. And experts say that the first one to really stop from working or to provisionally shut down is your body clock. Okay? And more often than not, it causes sleeplessness. Ito yung tipong because you are really stressed and the stress or the amounts of stress that you are experiencing are really too much to handle. The first one to shut down is your body clock. Ito yung tipong hindi ka makatulog sa gabi. Nakaiisip na hindi ka makatulog because you are really thinking. It's in your mind. Okay? Iniisip mo kung kakayanin mo bang i-handle and i-overcome kung mga stress na to, especially you are overloaded with stress. Okay? So it causes sleeplessness. Okay? And then the second one that can be affected if you are overloaded with stress is your uh, uh, control of energy levels that causes a decline of wanting to get things done. It means that since your body clock changes and it causes you sleeplessness, okay, next thing that can be affected is the energy level that you have. Bababa daw yon. And to the point that you don't want to go out of your bed kasi wala ka ng lakas, okay, of wanting to get things done. Natamaan na talaga or talagang naapektuhan na yung ating mental health. And pag umabot pa sa final stage of this effect of stress, okay, the final neurotransmitter is in the pleasure part of the brain. Okay? The pleasure part of the brain is the final neurotransmitter that can be affected, and it means that it will cause you already unhappiness, and you will lose hope. And as this shut down, it becomes more difficult to respond to stress until you already experience what we call depression. Okay? That is why stress is also a cause for concern because of the incidence of illegally or socially undesirable behavior, like when you are so stressed, you do things that are already bad, okay? And worse, you do things that are already illegal or they are socially unacceptable and undesirable, like abuse of alcohol, smoking, and worse, drug use, abuse, okay, and substance addiction, especially to those young adolescents like you who are really overloaded with stress. When naaabot ng ganun daw, ang paraan ng mga adolescents because they are already hopeless, okay? And they do not see themselves already as a fighter to overcome the stress that they are experiencing in their lives. That is why some adolescents may resort to this kind of illegal or socially unacceptable behavior, okay, just to really handle stress temporarily para lang makawala doon sa pagkakatali ng mga kabataan na ito sa mga stress na sa tingin nila hindi nila kayang i-overcome. Okay? Because stress can also influence the manner on how adolescents deal with social groups, like family, like your friends, your peers, okay? And those people around you. And they will also observe later on that there is a change in your behavior. Okay? Especially if you do not want really to bring out kung ano nga ba yung bumabagabag sa sarili mo or nagbibigay ng stress. Okay? But it is through your behavior that they will notice that you are really in change of your mood or of your behavior because of this stress. Kaya nga sabi nila, if you are already overloaded with stress, dapat meron kang support system, okay, na pwede mong pagsabihan at takbuhan para matulungan ka to overcome this kind of problems in life. Especially factors that will really stress you, okay, for a long period of time. At tingin mo, you cannot do it anymore, you cannot overcome the stress, okay, nawawalan ka na ng gana, your energy decreases, and you think you are hopeless, you don't want to do anything, and to escape this kind of feelings, you may resort to some kind of behavior and actions that may still put you in danger. That is why Okay? The existence of support system is very important. Okay? Wag lang, wag yung kimkimin or sarilinin kung ano man yung nararamdaman nyo that make you stress. Okay? Sana may support system kayo so that you can tell to them, okay, with your families, friends, your teachers, that you are experiencing this kind of emotional disturbances and you think you need to at least stop for a while, okay, to collect yourself, okay, and to look for a way to overcome these emotional disturbances, okay, or physical disturbances na naghihindrance sa inyo, okay, to move forward in becoming a mature individual. So again, okay, please do not resort to this illegal or undesirable behavior or actions just for you to temporarily relieve, okay, with this emotional and physical disturbances that you are experiencing because of stress. We are just right here, by the way, okay? Kung kailangan nyo ng pagsasabihan, okay? Kasi stress reliever din daw yung ilalabas nyo, yung mga nararamdaman nyo at hinahin sa buhay. Okay? Let it out. Let those disturbances go out of your mind and of your heart. And we assure you that we are here, your teachers, your friends, to listen to you so that we can also support you in overcoming this kind of stress. Right? And next. Now, there are 3 points of view about stress. There is what we call fight or flight mode when we deal with problems or when we are confronted with stress. The question is, are you in a fight or flight mode when dealing with stress? Do you fight the stress and overcome it? Okay? And hopefully you overcome it, or do you stop and do not deal with the stress? Okay? Aalis ka or mag-stop ka muna in doing things because you think hindi mo kakayanin yung stress na yan and you cannot overcome it. So are you in a flight or in a fight mode when dealing with stress? And why? Right? To understand that, let us first discuss the 3 points of view about stress. Okay, let us be aware of them. First, we have stress as a stimulus. Okay? This means that stress is caused by situations that may be life-threatening or life-changing, such as separation, moving into a new home or into a new place, or having a new job. Meaning to say, stress as a stimulus may affect an individual either a threat to that individual or a life-changing experience to that individual. So we can see here that stress as a stimulus may either be a bad stimulus that will threaten our lives, okay? Or it is also a motivation for us that the stimulus can lead us to life-changing experiences. Okay? Yan, such as separation, is that life-threatening? Okay? Yung paghihiwalay, for example, inside the family, na nangyayari between parents, okay, na maaaring talagang makapagpabago ng husto sa buhay ng isang tao or ng isang kabataan kagaya nyo. Right? Yun. But stress as a stimulus may also be life-changing. Like for example, it is a challenge for you to enter into a new school, but there is this what we call feeling of being motivated because may mga bagong experiences ka na makukuha because of this stimulus. But you are still stressed. Okay? Nandun yung takot. Okay? Nandun yung takot, nandun din yung kaba because you are new in that kind of environment. So, stress as a stimulus may either be life-threatening or life-changing. Okay? At yung mga life-threatening na sinasabi natin, yung mga example is mga simple na mga examples that may really put your life in danger. Yung nandyan na yung problema sa harap mo. Like for example, hold up ka. Okay? Ang stimulus ng pagkakaroon mo ng stress ay yung hold upper. Okay? That may be life-threatening. So are you going to fight or flight? Huh? Are you going to fight or flight? So that is the stress as stimulus. We also have stress as a response. So if there is already a stimulus causing you to feel stress, then there is also a way for us to respond on how to deal with the stimulus that causes stress in our life. Either that stimulus is a person, a thing, a situation, or an event. But how do we respond to this kind of stimulus or stimuli? When we say stress as a response, it is the way our body reacts to challenging situation. And this involves the interaction between the hormones, the glands, excuse me, and the nervous system, where the adrenal gland drives the production of cortisol, or better known as stress hormone, and also norepinephrine. Right? So, biologically, when we are stressed, okay, and we wanted to respond to the stimulus that causes our stress, then our body will react. Okay? Physically and biologically and scientifically speaking, kung ano man yung magiging decision natin on how to respond in the stress that we are experiencing, okay, or to the stimulus that causes stress to us, the body will always react to that. Okay? By secreting what we call hormones, okay, of our glands, and also the workings of our nervous system. Kaya doon ka mapapaisip, are you going to fight the stress or the stimulus causing you the stress, or you are going to back down and flight? Okay? Ang pinaka-example natin dito is merong ahas sa harap mo. Okay? Your body will react. And then, yun nga, magkakaroon ng interactions between your hormones, your glands, and the nervous system. Okay? And either you will decide to fight or to flight. Okay? Pero sa stress as a response, gumagawa pa lang ng paraan yung katawan mo. Okay? Kung paano ba ang pag-respond mo. Kaya kung minsan, meron pinagpapawisan, meron ding nanginginig. They are normal. What they call this? Normal reactions of our body when we are dealing with stress. Kinakabahan, your heartbeat becomes fast, yung heart rate mo tumataas, pinagpapawisan ka, tapos nilalamig. Yun yung mga responses ng katawan natin to stress. Okay? But if we decide, if either we fight or flight, ang gagawin daw natin is stress as relational. In here, is when a person experiencing stress takes a step back to look at the situation that is causing the stress and assesses it. Okay? So, gumagana na yung nervous system. You're going to decide already if you're going to fight or to flight with the stress that you are experiencing. Okay? So magkakaiba tayo ng response niyan. May mga iba, they think they can overcome it, so they fight it immediately. Meron din naman yung mga iba na ayaw labanan. Okay? Mag-stop na lang, let it for a moment. Meron din yung mag-iisip muna, okay, kung paano yung gagawin before handling the stress. Right? Kagaya ng example ko kanina, yung limbawa, hold up ka na, nasa likod mo na yung, or nasa tagiliran mo na yung balisong ng hold upper. Okay? Yung stimulus doon, causing your stress, is the hold upper. Okay? And then, magre-react yung katawan mo. Kasi kakabahan ka, magpapawisan ka, okay? The body really reacts to the challenging situation, and they are physically observable. Okay? Yung sinabi ko kanina, pagpapawisan, kinakabahan, nanginginig, because they are the workings already of our hormones, glands, and the nervous system. Okay? Minsan, hindi tayo masyado nakakapag-isip kung ano nga ba yung magiging response natin sa situation na gaya nito. Okay? That's why, kinakabahan, nagni-knee-jerk na sinasabi yung nangangatog yung tuhod. Okay? Pero hindi rin mawawala yung punto kung saan we take a step back, pag-isipan ano bang gagawin. Kapag lalabanan ko ba to, mananalo ako? Or kapag lalabanan ko to, baka ikapahamak ko. Okay? Either you fight or you flight. If you flight, okay, bigay mo kung anong gusto niyang kunin, okay, sabihin mo sa kanya, wag lang sasaktan, then you go. So you chose the flight mode. Hindi mo siya linabanan. But if you choose to fight, pwede lang din. Pero hindi natin alam kung ano yung kalalabasan. Alright? Because there are already instances wherein nilabanan ng isang biktima, yung isang hold-upper, kaya tuloy napahamak siya. Mas lalong naging malala yung epekto because of choosing to fight the stimulus that causes the stress to that individual. Okay? Yan. So there are 3 points of view about stress. Stress as a stimulus, stress as a response, and stress as relational. And they are interconnected to one another. Okay? You cannot feel stress if there is no factor causing you to feel stress. Right? Yan. And if there is no stress, then there will be no response because there is no stress. But if there is, then there will be a response of our body. And then we come to think of it if you are going to fight or not. Okay? Yan pumapasok naman yung stress as relational. So they are intertwined and they are interconnected to one another. The 3 points of view about stress. Right? Yan. Now, there are also 2 sources of stress. Generally speaking, there are 2 sources of stress. But are you aware of the types of stressors? And what type of stressor gives you stress? So let us talk about the 2 sources of stress. Okay? And they are also stressors of our lives if they will bring us stress. Right? And first, we have what we call internal stressors. These are those coming from within you, like your thoughts, your thinkings that you have, that cause you to feel fearful, okay? That cause you to feel uncertain about your future, okay? Lack of control over situations. Kumbaga, ito yung stressor ng kalaban mo ay sarili mo. Okay? Yung damdamin at isip mo ang kalaban mo dito. Yan. And sometimes, it affects our internal organs also. And our health decline because of internal stressors. Yung gulong-gulong isip mo, hindi ka mapakali, kasi sobra kang nag-iisip. Okay, for example, kung ano nga bang gagawin, kasi malilate ka sa pagpasa ng mga requirements, then di na makapag-isip ng rational, yung utak mo, you cannot already think rationally, then, okay, the stressor is internal. Ang kalaban mo dyan ay ang sarili mo. Right? And we also have what we call external stressors. These are those that come outside of you, like the events that are happening in your environment, the situations that you are facing right now, the people also, and the experiences that you have in your environment. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, the main stressor that we have right now in this time, okay, at this very moment, is the existence of the pandemic. External yan, kasi nasa environment natin yan. And then, dadagdag pa yung mga situations like academic concerns, di ba? Yan. Tapos may mga tao pang tingin natin, instead na nakakatulong sa atin and nakakadagdag sa ating stress, then they are called external stressors. So generally speaking, there are two sources of stress or stressors, internal and external. Right? Now, let us talk about the several specific sources of stress. So let us discuss stress and its sources during adolescence. During adolescence, okay, young adolescent students like you may experience several specific sources of stress. And definitely, identifying these specific sources of stress can help you cope up and overcome them. So here are some types of stress that challenges us, okay, or that challenge adolescents like you. Siyempre, hindi mawawala dyan, unang-una, is yung academic stress na sinasabi natin. One of the chief reasons for stress in adolescents is the continuous pressure to perform well academically in addition to extracurricular demands. And I know this is the number one stress that you are experiencing right now as an adolescent student. Okay? Aside from that, the extra pastimes may add to you, okay, to your stress and anxiety if the activities that you are dealing with, okay, is also undesirable or unacceptable to other people and to the society. Okay? Meaning to say, nakakaramdam ka na nga ng stress academically, tapos meron ka pang mga ibang activities na hindi naman pala dapat ginagawa, okay? Kasi it may cause you harm and also other people around you, like yung sinabi ko kanina, doing things that are illegal and unacceptable in the society, mas makakadagdag pa yan for you not to really overcome the stress that you are experiencing, especially the academic stress brought about, okay, by the academic world and the academic endeavor that we have right now. Right? So yan. So what should be done by an adolescent to experience this kind of academic stress? Simple lang naman daw, sabi ng mga experts, okay, that adolescents must be mindful of their academic and recreational obligations to make certain that they are not taking on too much responsibility. That is why, if you can still recall our discussion of responsibilities and obligations of middle and late adolescents, sinabi natin doon that the main role of an adolescent student is really to be a student because, okay, this adolescent is enrolled in a school. That is why you must need to be aware, okay, or you must be aware that your primary concern is for you to overcome academic stress. Right? And time management here is very important, especially nowadays, na lagi lang kayong nasa bahay, and then there are other roles that you are playing. Okay? But be mindful that the primary role that you must have to undertake is being a student. And I think very aware naman dyan ang mga magulang natin. Okay? That you must have to be given what we call considerations in the household chores na meron kayo. Okay? At dapat inuuna muna ang academic concerns. Okay? Especially if these academic concerns are already bothering you, okay? Making you stressful most of the time. Yan dapat ang focus ninyo on how to overcome academic stress. So be mindful of our academic and recreational obligations. Minsan din naman kasi may mga kabataan, ay, next week pa ang bedtime, Monday. Maglaro muna ako. Diba? Well, anyway, it's part of your coping strategies para ma-distress kayo or at least mabawasan yung stress na nararamdaman ninyo, yung paglalaro minsan, okay, sa cellphone, depende kung ano nilalaro ninyo, okay lang, ba? Pero sabi nga nila, be mindful, be aware of your academic and recreational obligations. Baka naman nasobrahan mo na ang paglalaro at nakalimutan mo na ang academic concerns mo. Later on, after mong maglaro, okay, after mong mag-play, doon na, mas lalong stress ka na because kakaunti na lang yung time na inalat mo, okay, to attend to your academic concerns. At mas lalong bumibigat ang academic stress na meron kayo later on if that is the kind of situation that you are in. So, let us balance. You must have to balance your academic and recreational obligations. Okay? Nagpupuyat na nga kayo para mag-aral. Pero after mag-aral, maglalaro pa ng madaling araw. Oh. Remember, you cannot overcome any kind of stress if the body fails to attend to these problems. Okay? Pag nanghilang katawan at nagkasakit ang isang tao, mas lalong hindi niya ma-overcome yung stress na kinakaharap niya sa buhay. Okay, so let me repeat again. I may be repetitive of what I'm going to say, but this is very important that as an adolescent, your primary role is to be a student and that you must have to be mindful of your academic and recreational obligation. Right? Yan. Now, on top of the pursuit of good grades, adolescents may also involve extracurricular activities like sports, student council, and clubs. And these extracurricular activities may also help an adolescent student like you to at least overcome the academic stress that you are experiencing, given that you are still aware of your academic and also extracurricular obligations. Okay? Maganda nga daw na meron ka ding ginagawang sports para naman doon mo nilalabas yung pagod ng utak. Diba? Nailabas yung mga negative energies na nasagap mo because of academic concerns. Maganda din na sumali sa mga clubs and organizations kasi isa yon sa magbibigay ng support system sa'yo. Especially when you are already confronted and bombarded with academic stress. Sila yung pwede mong matakbuhan. Okay? But at the end of the day, it is you who will decide if you're going to fight, okay, rise up and overcome the stress. Ang importante lang naman talaga dito, kagaya ng sinabi natin kanina, be very aware of your academic and recreational obligations. And another stress or specific stress that we can experience as adolescents is social stress. Okay? Because adolescents like you are really learning to interact socially and adjust in this highly complicated society that we have. Okay? And this is very challenging for us because we cannot really go out to experience social interaction outside our comfort zone. Yun nga, dahil sa pandemic na nararanasan natin ngayon. Okay? So uh, if it is very challenging for us to socially adjust, okay, to the people around us, edi mas lalo ngayon na hindi natin sila talagang nakakasalamuha most of the time face to face, ba? That is why nagkukulang na daw ang mga kabataan ng, lalo na yung mga kids na magiging youth later on or adolescent. Yung mga kids that are being prepared to enter the adolescent stage or the adolescent stage. Nagkukulang na sila ng social interaction. So it will really give them stress later on how to deal with other people in their society kapag okay na. And they want to go out of their comfort zone. But for now, ayun yun ang mga kabataan, okay, social interaction is very important. Okay? Either you interact with other people, with your classmates and teachers through virtual or even face-to-face. Kasi minsan may mga dumadaan dito ng mga estudyante, kukuha or magpapasa ng mga documents sa office. Nakikita namin sila and we greet them. Okay? And for you as adolescents, getting along with friends or getting what they call in crowd can be very stressful for you. Right? Yan. But gradually, you will realize later on how important it is to gain social acceptance, whether from your family, from your relatives, from your friends and peers. Okay? Yan. And there are also situations wherein social stress can be manifested because of the existence of conflict, okay, in your social interaction with other people in your environment or in your society. Sa family, for example, if there is conflict inside the family in relation to your relationship with your siblings, with your parents, okay, sabihin natin in a larger scale with your relatives, okay, or the existence also of conflict among your friends or peers. Okay? So, indeed, when conflict or argument come about, okay, into the life of an adolescent like you may feel uncomfortable around these people. Okay? And it is usual to feel sad or anxious. Lalong-lalo na kung nasaktan yung damdamin mo because of a conflict that existed in your family or in your circle of friends. Yan. And this constant struggle to become acceptable for everyone invites what we call stress. At doon nagkakaroon ng tinatawag nating social stress. But at least, diba, this is a learning experience for an adolescent like you, that whenever there is a conflict that exists, you must have to overcome them and solve them. Because that's part of getting along with other people in the society. Okay? Lahat tayo, we are longing for what we call social acceptance. Na hindi tayo outcast, that we will not feel being outcast, being an outcast in a society that we are living. Okay? That is why, during your adolescence, teens and youths like you are learning how to navigate the multifaceted and upsetting society. Okay? Sometimes, kung hindi lang sometimes, most of the time, we as upsetting. Diba? Ayan. Ayan. And to be acceptable in this kind of society, we learn to socially interact with other people. Okay? And our social interaction in this kind of society may be in complicated ways. Okay? That is why we interact with other people na okay tayo, that we can get along with them easily. But there are also situations wherein we cannot really get along with other people because we see in them that they are not really friendly, for example. Diba? So sa mga classmates ninyo, when you interact with them virtually, di ba? Nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating impression sa ating mga classmates. Ay, mahirap ata itong pakisamahan. Kasi parang ganito ang ugali niya. Or, uy, ang ganda naman itong pakisamahan, baka madali lang siyang maging kaibigan. Ha? So gradually, we learn to interact with them, okay, with situations, okay, that will challenge us to become a part of the society. And it is important for us to really gain social acceptance, not only inside our family, but also with other people in our environment or in our society. Okay? If ever there are complicated ways for us to interact with other people, excuse me, let us always be aware, sorry, that there are ways, okay, to solve this conflict if they exist as we get along with other people in the society. Especially like you, students, especially like you, adolescents or teens, okay? Because you are really learning to navigate the multifaceted and also upsetting world na sinasabi nila. Upsetting to you because there are situations na sa tingin nyo talaga hindi katanggap-tanggap, hindi karapat-dapat, pero it happens. They are happening in your society. That is why you also learn to interact with them in a complicated way. Ha? I think naranasan nyo na din yan nung nasa normal, normal setup. Na may mga taong sa tingin natin hindi magandang pakisamahan because they really show their behavior, okay, na maaring hindi mo feel na maging part sa ganyang klaseng circle of friends. Or on the other way naman, okay, you can easily get along with other people because you feel that you can be with them, okay, in a way that you are being acceptable with them or to them. Yan. That's why nagkakaroon ng social stress. Kasi nga, yung tipong gusto mo naman matanggap ka socially ng ibang tao sa lipunan or sa society natin. Okay? Thinking of being socially accepted in the society may give you stress. Okay? Kaya kung minsan natatakot tayo to be a part of the society, to mingle with other people, to socialize with them. Kasi meron sa ating isipan, are they safe? Okay? Or am I safe if I will be with them? Ha? Matatanggap kaya nila ako kung makikisali ako sa kanila if I'm going to interact with them? So yun yung nagbibigay sa atin ng tinatawag nating social stress. Pero sabi nga natin, gradually, you will realize how important it is to interact in the society in order for us to gain social acceptance. And next, another thing is financial stress. Yan. When we say financial stress, it may be defined as the inability to meet our financial obligations. Okay? But it can also include psychological or emotional effects. And siyempre, unang matatamaan if there is financial inability to support our daily living, siyempre yung physiological needs ng isang tao. Okay? Like for example, di mo kumakain ng tama sa isang araw. Ang una talaga matatamaan dyan is our physiological aspect, yung physical aspect natin. But financial stress can also include psychological or emotional effects. Lalo na sa mga kabataan. Right? Because if there is any financial problem in the family, it sometimes becomes hard for an adolescent to handle. Right? If you happen to read the content of our LMS, sinabi doon, in relation to financial stress, although adolescents may not be breadwinners in their household, or they are not responsible for balancing the budget, that does not mean that they are unaffected by an unsteady or unstable financial situation within the family. Matatamaan at maapektuhan pa rin sila, kayo na mga kabataan. Okay? It becomes hard for an adolescent like you to handle if there is any financial problem inside the family. Okay? Especially kung ang financial problem is you cannot, or the family cannot sustain anymore yung at least 3 times a day na kumakain, na may merienda pa. Susunod ang maapektuhan yung iba pang mga factors that can be affected because of the existence of financial instability inside the family. Alam natin, there are many stories of people, of young adolescents, who stopped from going to school, who stopped venturing themselves into their academic endeavor because of financial problems. And this can also be very stressful on the part of the students, lalong-lalo na yung mga kabataang may pangarap sa buhay, but because of this financial problem that they are experiencing inside the family, and they think kailangan muna nilang mag-stop, very stressful para sa kanila yan. Okay? So, if you think, not only if you think, if you are experiencing a comfortable life at lahat may provide sa inyo, okay, you are having a decent meal every day, 3 times a day, you also have your gadgets with you at nag-aaral pa kayo, be very thankful to your parents. Grabe ang sacrifice nila dyan. And let us not also forget those people na talagang hindi makayanan ang mag-aral because of this financial problem in the family. Kaya kung minsan ang hirap ding i-explain at intindihin yung old dictum na poverty is not a hindrance to success. To some na nakayanan ay overcome yung poverty, that may be true to them. Pero karamihan naman ng mga nandiyan sa kalagayan na yan, di ba? Hindi na talaga sila nakapag-aral. Sila na yung mga walang diploma. Kasi nga, they are not given the equal opportunity to develop themselves because of financial problem in their lives. Okay? Nakakalungkot isipin, it's sad to say, pero karamihan pa rin sa mga Pilipino, lalong-lalo na sa mga kabataan ngayon, they are really being challenged of this kind of situation. Financial problem inside the family. So if you are listening with this discussion today, using your laptops, your cell phones, your tabs, your iPads, parang wala tayong karapatang magreklamo na hindi natin nakukuha lahat ng bagay natin. Isipin natin yung mga kapwa natin na kailangang maglabada ang nanay for how many times in a day para lang may mapang-load yung anak para sumali. Sa online class ng kanyang anak, ginagapang ang pag-aaral ng anak. Saludo tayo sa mga ganyang tao. Okay? So be very thankful of what you have right now. Be thankful to your parents. And I hope hindi rin natin makalimutang tumulong sa simpleng paraan sa mga kagaya nating mga estudyante, mga kabataan who are struggling and being challenged in their academic endeavor because of the existence of financial constraint or problems inside the family. Okay? Nung face-to-face na klase natin, meron pa rin tayo mga stories ng mga kabataang nag-i-stop because of financial matters. Kumusta kaya sila ngayon na ganito ang setup ng pag-aaral natin? Okay? Tapos makikita mo pa sa social media na merong teacher na nagsabing kung wala kang ganito, ganyan, mag-drop ka na lang. Grabe, no? May mga ganyang tao pa rin pala. Okay? But on my part, in my personal point of view, mas nagbibigay dapat sana ng considerations ang isa't isa, ang bawat isa, lalong-lalo na sa ganitong sitwasyon. Okay? Yan. Financial stress can be very challenging to students who are experiencing financial problem in their families. Yan. Next, we also have stress due to family problems. Kasabayan pa ng ganitong problema. Paano na lang kaya? Diba? Adolescents can also experience stress at home due to family pressures and problems. Any small or big changes in the family may have a negative impact in an adolescent. Okay? Yung tipong madalas nag-aaway si nanay at tatay. Okay? Sa mga iba't ibang kadahilanan. Unang-unang pinag-aawayan is yung the lack of financial stability, the existence of financial problem inside the family. Right? Very stressful din yan sa isang kabataan gaya mo. Another situation kung saan stress ang isang adolescent due to family problems that nandun nga ang magulang, pero the adolescent seems to feel that he or she is alone kasi wala man lang ibibigay na atensyon sa adolescent na yan. Okay? Ang parent, ang family, but emotionally and mentally, okay, they cannot give also time for their kids. Isa din yan sa mga nagiging dahilan kung bakit stress ang kabataan due to family problems. That is why may mga narinig tayong nakikita ng kabataan, yung support system nila sa mga kaibigan, kahit na tong kaibigan na to ay gumagawa na ng mga things or actions that are already unacceptable in the society, pero dahil nakikita niya doon, nag-belong siya, ginagawa na rin niya yun. Because inside the family, when he is or she is at home, parang wala naman siya sa mga mata ng mga magulang. Diba? Ayan. Ang pinakamalala talaga dito is the constant quarrels between parents. It will really give stress to a student. Okay? Ayan. Because, especially in this time of pandemic, adolescents must need to feel secure. They must need to be protected and cared for at home. Okay? And when they do not get this from their safe place, they may take the stress out, carry it outside, and act it out. Okay? At ang masama doon, they may carry it outside and act it out at nakagawa sila ng mga things na hindi na-accepted sa society. Yun ang mas nakapagpalala sa buhay ng isang adolescent. Okay? The stress due to family problems can also make or break the adolescents. Okay? Yan. Next. We also have romantic relationships. Alam naman natin, di ba, that adolescence is the age when most young people like you feel that they have to be loved, okay? And that they have to love another individual. And in a romantic relationship, for adolescents, dating is a part of romantic relationship. But I tell you, dating also is highly stressful aspect or factor of a romantic relationship among adolescents. Okay? Unang-una, the pressure from peers to have a partner and becoming closely involved are not easy to handle. May nakikita nga natin patalastas na may partner sila, siya lang ang wala. Ba? Nakaka-pressure din yon. And it may also become stressful on the part of a single individual. Kasi nga, sa stage na to, ang nararamdaman ng isang kabataan is that they also need to be loved. Okay? They also need to experience kung paano ba ang magmahal at kung paano ba yung pakiramdam ng mamahal nila. Right? Yan. Now, from the desire of a particular boy or girl as their love interest to breakups with their lovers to unreciprocated affection from their budding love may become significant aspect of adolescents' lives. What does that mean? That not all situations when we enter into a romantic relationship, especially to young adolescents like you, okay? Hindi lahat ay happiness. Okay? May mga nabuong romantic relationship ng mga kabataan na umaabot sa puntong nagkakaroon ng breakups. Okay? Breakups might find by adolescents as a painful experience, okay, that is hard to overcome, resulting to high stress. Ito yung tipong, hindi ka makakain kasi nga broken-hearted ka. Yung tipong galing ka sa isang relationship na ibinigay mo lahat, okay, yung pagmamahal mo, yung oras mo, okay, yung tiwala mo, and then paghihiwalay lang din pala, yung tipong ibinigay mo yung pagkatao mo sa isang relationship na yan, and then here comes the breakup. Okay? Adolescents might find this very painful instances in their lives. Okay? And it may result to really hard to overcome this kind of problem, which will result to high stress. Okay? Although these instances or experiences are part of the romantic relationship. Kaya nga, sabi nila, at your age, okay lang na ma-in love. Okay? Okay lang na magkaroon ng romantic relationship, but you must have to know your limitations. Kasi nga hindi natin alam na pangmatagalan ba yan, panghabang buhay ba yan, temporary lang. Kasi nga, batang-bata pa. Okay? Sabi nga nila, batang-bata ka pa at marami ka pang kailangang malaman sa mundo. Right? But I tell you, students, adolescent students like you are also longing to be loved and how to be loved. Okay? How to love and how to be loved. Yung tipong sinabi ko kanina nga, gusto nyo maramdaman kung paano ba ang magmahal at kung paano ba yung feelings na may nagmamahal sa inyo. Okay? It may also lead to a stressful situation. Although it is a part of growing up, becoming responsible and mature individual, I hope that romantic relationship, whether it will create a long-lasting relationship or it may lead to break up, I hope that you can overcome these challenges of entering into this kind of romantic relationships. Right? And now, let us talk about coping strategies for helpful living in middle and late adolescence. By the way, do you have coping mechanisms in dealing with stress? Are those mechanisms bring positive result in dealing with stress, or it's the other way around? Right? So now that you learn the concept of stress, the point of view, and the types and the stressors, we must also be aware on the different coping strategies when stress is already in front of us. Okay? And so what are the coping strategies? In general, there are at least two ways to cope with stress. We have what we call the adaptive and the maladaptive coping strategies. Adaptive is a positive coping strategy, okay, which successfully diminish the amount of stress being experienced and provide constructive feedback for the user. Right? And maladaptive, on the other hand, is a negative coping strategies. It might be successful at managing or abating stress, but the result is dysfunctional and non-productive. Or it may be temporarily halt, stop, or hindrance existence of stress, pero magkakaroon ulit din yan if we have this kind of maladaptive coping strategy. Okay? Because when we talk about coping, it is the process of spending really our conscious effort and energy to solve our personal and also interpersonal problems. And in the case of stress, coping mechanisms seek to master, minimize, or tolerate stress and stressors that occur in our everyday lives. Right? And as I said a while back, coping strategies can be positive, adaptive, or can be negative, maladaptive. Now, examples of adaptive coping include seeking social support from other people. Okay? Ang tawag din dito is social coping because if you are being confronted with stress, okay, meron kang pwedeng matakbuhan, okay, to cope up, okay, and to overcome the stress. Magkakaroon ng tinatawag nating social support that will help an individual, okay, to overcome stress. And that is an example of adaptive coping strategy. Okay? Another one is, if we are confronted with stress, hindi tayo nagpapatalo in maintaining our physical and mental health. Okay? Positive or adaptive coping strategy din yan. Yung hindi ka tipong natitibag or nabubuwag ng mga stress na yan because you have this kind of good physical and mental condition. Okay? Like for example, practicing relaxation techniques. Yung simpleng inhale-exhale is a type or an example of adaptive coping strategy. Kasi hindi ka nagpapadalos-dalos kung ano yung gagawin mo. Okay, you step back, assess the situation, okay, by calming yourself. Diba? It's a part of adaptive or positive coping strategy. Yan. O yung pagbibigay natin ng humor na, kaya ko yan, ako pa. Ako kaya si malakas at ikaw si maganda. Ang paglalagay natin ng mga humor that you can overcome this stress or situations wherein it gives you stress. Okay? Tinatawag din natin yung proactive coping strategy. Okay? Yan. Sa part naman ng maladaptive, okay, coping strategies, paano nagiging negative ang pag-cope up natin sa stress? Okay? Yung tipong nilalabas mo yung pag-cope up mo sa stress by what do you call this? Disassociation or dissociation in the stress. Yung parang hindi mo na iniisip, ayaw mong isipin. Parang ganon. Hindi na kita lalabanan. Diyan ka lang. I will disregard you. You may disregard the existence of stress or stressors temporarily, but it will still be present there. Okay? At kung gano'n na lang yung lagi mong ginagawang coping strategy, hindi ka makakausad and you cannot overcome the stress. Okay? Yung very anxious ka to avoid the problem, ayaw mo siyang labanan, iniiwasan mo siya. Or you escape the problem. At tingin mo, hindi ka habol ng problema na yan, darating at darating din pa rin yung problema niyan. Kasi nga, hindi mo siya na-solve or na-cope up in a positive or adaptive coping strategy. Okay? Yan. So yan yung mga tipong, what you call this, strategies na maladaptive or negative way of coping with stress. Right? So, dapat, ang gamitin daw natin, adaptive coping strategies in handling stress. Now, there are also different ways for an individual, okay, or there are different ways people on how they cope with problems or stress in their lives. And do you know that coping ability and strategy selection is different from one personality to another? Yung tipong yung coping strategy ko ay magkaiba tayo. Iba sa'yo, parang ganon. Because there are variations, there are varying ways to cope up with the situations or the problems or the stress that we are being confronted in our daily life or that confront us in our daily life. Okay? But a person with a positive demeanor and outlook on life or in life will less stress and be better equipped to handle stress when it does arise. So, if you have a positive outlook in life, and you are a positive person thinking that you can overcome stress one at a time, doing adaptive coping strategies, okay, it will make you perceive stress as a less problem, okay, a lesser problem, and that you can move on, okay, because you are better equipped to handle stress, right? But sometimes, those people who employ a static view of the world will perceive more stress and be less adept at addressing the stressor in their life. Ito yung tipo ng mga taong ganyan na naman palagi eh. Diba? Mga ganon. Ganyan naman talaga ang buhay. Darating yan. Pero hindi naman sila gumagawa ng paraan to cope up and overcome the stress that they are experiencing. Sila yung tipong hindi man nakakausad, okay, ng normal sa pagbabago ng society natin. Okay? And they are being left behind. Sila yung tipong pagdating ng adulthood, magkakaroon sila ng problema in building relationship with other people. Kasi nga, when they are in their adolescent phase or in their adolescent stage, okay, they did not really learn. They did not learn how to employ or to use adaptive or positive coping strategy to overcome problems, particularly stress. Okay. Now, meron din naman tayong pagkakaiba on how we cope with stress, on how we handle stress. Diba? Sabi nga nila, pag babae ang prone sa stress, they become emotional. Okay? Pag ang lalaki naman, hindi mo kakitaan, in general hindi mo kakitaan ng emotional coping in handling the stress, parang pinapakita nila, lalaki ako, dapat hindi ako umiyak. Mga ganung bagay. Pero those are already, what do we call that? Those are not anymore reasons or acceptable reasons in coping with stress or with problems in life. Kasi nga, okay, we are all humans that are capable of letting our emotions so that we can easily cope up with the problems that we are experiencing in our life. Okay? Pero yun nga, depende pa rin kung paano ba natin i-handle yung stress na ito and what are the ways that we employ in order to overcome these problems or stress in our lives. Basta ang sinasabi dito, for those people who are having a positive demeanor and outlook in life, they can easily overcome problems and stress in their life. Okay? And so, sorry, hindi ko nabura ito. Let me end our discussion of handling stress during the middle and late adolescence. Okay? And this is a quote from William James. Ang sabi niya, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. Okay? That in handling stress, in handling problems in our lives, it must be one at a time. And the thought and thinking that a person must have to employ is a positive outlook of handling the stress. Okay? Because certainly, stress may be both good and bad, depending on the acuteness, the level of the stress, and also the length of time that the stress persists or exists. Okay? But with coping strategies as ways for a person to deal with stress in a healthy and acceptable manner, it is very important to identify the stress that comes along the way. Okay? So that we will be able to create a coping mechanism that is very positive, okay, that is adaptive, so that we can overcome the stress. Yan. And so with this, thank you for listening. God bless and see you next week.